So recently we did a worm farm update and we asked our viewers if they'd be interested in how we do our worm tea.
And there was a lot of interest.
What's going on YouTube Gardener? This your boy Sydney from the Nakid Gardener channel. Hopefully after watching this video you'll see how we make our own worm tea. Now if you like these types of videos, make sure you hit that like button, and if you're new to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button and hit that bell icon so you don't miss an upload. Alright, for this worm tea recipe all you need is 3 simple ingredients. The first one is the main one, is our own worm casting. Now if you don't have your own worm casting, you can go to the big box store or from the e-commerce and buy your own worm casting. The next thing is we're going to add some trace minerals, which is going to be some azomite, and then we're going to add some molasses on here, and this is going to help feed the good bacteria that's going to be inside of the water, brewing and whatnot. All right, now for the equipment, all you need is a nice little aquarium pump, and then some air stones, and then when you're filling up your little 5-gallon bucket, we bought this little tea bag you could use for compost or worm casting. We'll put the description down below, and they even have a nice little recipe where you can do for different types of things, from compost tea, worm cast tea, flower teas, foliager teas and stuff like that.
And before we had that, we used a burlap sack.
Yeah, we just used a regular old burlap sack, and which we kind of still do. Alright, so now we're just going to fill this 5-gallon bucket up with some water, and then we're going to probably add a few drops of this water conditioner to take the chloramine and the chlorine out of the water when we add the air stones in there, to allow it to bubble anywhere about 10 to 15 minutes. And then after that, we'll show you how to do the rest of it. Alright, so now it's time to add the ingredients. We're going to do 4 to 6 cups of this worm casting. Alright, so the thing I like about this tea bag is that you can fold it up like this, and then you could just clip it on like that, so it keeps everything inside, and you can fold it up some more, and it comes with this nice little clip. So you just add this, submerge this into the water, and clip it onto the bucket so it doesn't get lost. I'm going to move this air stone away. Take the bubbles, the air out of it. There. And so now we add the azomite, and from this instructions, with this you just add, for this 5-gallon container, we're going to do a 1/4 cup of the azomite, and this azomite is going to allow to give your worm tea some great trace minerals and beneficials to feed not only the plants but your soil. Then we're going to add another 1/4 cup of this molasses, And this is going to allow to supercharge your good bacteria that's going to be inside of this worm tea to once again to feed to your soil, which is going to feed to your plants. Alright, so what you want to do is allow this to brew at least at 24 hours. Now, we normally do it about 72 hours, and you don't want to go anything past 72 hours. Now, with this purpose, you can use it as a foliager spray, or you can just use it directly at the root base of your plants. Alright, so it's day 3. We got our activated, aerated worm tea going. And when you see the bubbles like this, or if you don't see any bubbles, it doesn't mean that your aerated worm tea is not good. It just sometimes it happens and sometimes it doesn't. So now we're going to show you 2 applications that you can use this worm tea for. Alright, so the first method is basically direct feeding the soil. And what we're going to do is we're just going to dip this in here. Now we have some of these transplanted we just did for our fall gardening, and these are in the Bootstrap Farmers fabric containers, and all you have to do is just basically about 5 seconds. We already watered all of this soil from last night, so that way once we fertilize this, it'll be able to take it up. But once again, 1, 2, 3. It's that easy. Now we're going to show you the second method. Alright, now we're going to show you the next method. We're just going to put this little sprayer in here. Alright, so when you do your foliager spray, it allows the plant to take up the immediate nutrients that you're providing it. Now what you can do with this leftover worm tea is you could do as a top dressing into your beds to allow a slow release and fertilizer into your containers or your raised beds or your in-ground or anything like that. How often you want to do this? We normally do it, we try to do it at least once every other week with a liquid fertilizer, and then we do a dry fertilizer of any type of fertilizer that we have once the other week after that. Now let's say you don't have worm tea. Another fertilizer that you can do almost like this, but you don't even have to do aerated, is when you're taking your leaves off of your plants, you can just put them in some nice dechlorinated water and just let that sit in there for anywhere from 1 to 3 days. Once again, take out the used spent leaves. You could put that in the top dressing or chop and drop and use that water that the leaves been sitting in, and you fertilize your plants that way. Alright, so if you like these types of videos, make sure to give us a thumbs up. It really helps our channel out. And if you want to learn more ways to use worm teas and vermicomposting, we'll put a playlist above here for you to follow along. Until the next video, let's grow together.